Do I go down? Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we are in Brussels. I'm not going to name the cemetery. It's abandoned. It had a storm come through the town this year, just prior to the summertime. So there is a lot of areas that you can't access, and it is quite dangerous. So for that reason, I am leaving the name out. But I can tell you that it was constructed after the cholera epidemic ravaged Belgium. That was around 1866. Now the population then obviously grew and grew and grew, and eventually became overcrowded, and the cemetery was abandoned in, I think it was 1958. So in the 1980s, the cemetery fell into, a kind of a state of decay. Maintenance was kind of left then, down to families to care for the graves. But as I said, then more recently, they had a huge storm, major floods, and unfortunately there is areas that are now, very, very dangerous, and you can't access them. But having said that, if you have followed my channel for long enough, you will appreciate that I absolutely adore this kind of cemetery, where we do have a lot of nature. We do have some decay, some dangerous, and we will stay away from the more dangerous tombs like we have been asked to. But I just love this. But they are hoping to, get this place sorted. But until they do, it will be a huge task for the people that care for this cemetery, and I'd imagine a lot of funds to get it back up and running and open properly to the public. Now we've already had a little walk around just to kind of view the area itself. Beautiful mausoleum. I don't know whether you got to see anything there at all. But I just adore these overgrown places so much. There is some photos as well on some of these tombs, so we might get to look at that as well. We have here the hands, the suit and the shroud, urn on top. Wow, look at this, guys. This looks like actually like it might be an underground crypt, maybe. Oh, wow. Do I go down? It's dark in here. Ooh. Oh, look it. Hello. 1897, 1856, 1895, 1851. Wow, look at this, guys. I don't know why I'm whispering. We had like tiles on the floors. So you can actually see that there has been water down here. There has been water damage done down here. So I'm just going to be very careful. It's not one of the areas that are sealed off. 1814. Gosh, look at this place. Roses. Wow, look at that, guys. So the coffin would go in there. I see a candle in there. I hope nobody was coming in here. There was some vandalism done to the area as well. I do see a drink bottle there. Tells me that people were coming here and maybe camping in here. I'm not sure. Maybe this is stuff that was washed down from the storm. Gosh, look at that, guys. Oh. I think what I'm smelling is possibly all the water damage that's been caused here. But I'm very lucky to have been able to get down. So the 1800s, most of these seem to be from 1826. 1828, 1816. What a shame. It's kind of eerie, creepy down here, not gonna lie. R.I.P. there on the wall. Graffiti. Wow. All right, let's get back up. Gosh, that is crazy. Crazy. We just go down, guys. You know, fear is one thing, but then the fear of missing out is something different, isn't it? So where you can, you've got to explore. So it was spilling rain today when we woke up. And we decided, regardless of the weather, we were going to come in. So I'm so glad we did. As I say, you can't come in here. It's not public accessible anymore. So it likes these photos. Beautiful. Right, let's take. It gives me vibes of certain areas in Highgate. Oh look, more photos. I know you all love the photos as well. And then we have the porcelain flowers. Gives you a really good insight into how they dressed, their style, men and women. And they were a stylish bunch. He has a dicky bow there and a suit. But if you noticed, they never smiled. You know, not like today, they're sticking their tongue out and they're pouting and they're all about taking photos. Back then they weren't, you know. Right, let's get across this way. like a little cushion with hands or gloves on it. So yeah, the rain has stopped. When we got here it was raining. It's kind of like a little bit of you know, even though it was raining, it was still quite clammy and warm. Just here, another beautiful photo. Henriette. 1914, I think it says there. So we do have some Jewish graves in here as well. That huge one is actually a Jewish family. So these are the areas like that they do have taped off, and you know, they're taped off for a reason. Wow, look at this guy. So obviously some of the graves I'm not going to read because they are, you know, they've been worn away. This is one of the areas that they say is quite dangerous. So we won't go any further, but we can always walk around. So this picture I believe is Jewish as well. You can see the way they bring the stones and place them on the grave as a mark of respect. This one seems to have a helmet and a sword. A Notre Fil Cherry Mort pour le Patrie. 21 ans, so that's age, 21 years old. Look at this photo. Fortunately, one of them were quite faded. So once again, you know, in this storm, trees fell. Some of the trees then knocked the memorials. The water then, you know, the ground got soft. Some of the memorials moved. But we can still access the other side of this grand memorial. Looks like Annie Silberstein, 1925, and Marcel. So we are surrounded by houses all around, so you might hear some noise. Look at this is beautiful. Craft leather family, I presume. Looks like 1879 mentioned there, 1959 there. Sort of an Egyptian style, but the pillars are, you know, like the Roman style maybe. See, and this is what they were talking about as well, this overgrowth happened. You know, I do love it, but yes, obviously you want to be able to access graves as well. We've even got graves up along the side. This is another one that they're just wary of. And I believe this one they had cleared some of the ivy and stuff, and unfortunately then, you know, with ivy it does add to the decay of the stone itself, makes it unstable. So another one that they're going to have to fix. It's a huge task. A lot of money will have to be found to fund it. The ground here actually is quite soft as well. I have a picture on that, I'm not quite sure. What the picture is of. Maybe an edit, I'll see. This one, look at this. A little girl, how sweet. Ah, Musha. Her little knee-high socks. Ah, gosh. She reminds me like Shirley Temple. The curls, the big bow. Another one I'm unfortunately not going to be able to read. Looks like Dorothy. Doesn't say. Deceased. Looks like could have been 1930 maybe. I don't know. How beautiful. See, those are the ones that, you know, they make you so sad, don't they? And then when you see the picture especially, look at this lady, Marie Louise. Now I'm not sure if she's a young girl or a little bit older maybe. Maybe just young. I think she was only 9. I'm just reading it. Excuse me, because as I was approaching it, it looked like a young woman. I think it says 9. She was only 9. Oh. You wouldn't be human if you didn't feel the pain that these parents felt back then. This one has an anchor. It's ironic. Her little porcelain picture has ivy around it, and we are surrounded by ivy. Hi, GV. Hello. Right, so they have this here. This is going to get rid of all the trees that are down and branches and stuff. On my earlier walk here, did notice one I wanted to come back to. Now, will I remember where? Maybe not. I just thought it was really interesting. My feet are wet. Just goes to show how wet the area is itself. Let me see. I know I've come through here already. Did I forget where it was? Possibly. Okay, I'm going to try it here.